Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be jumping into another relationship conversation question. We're going to dive right in, but first don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to do a comment below if you have anything that you want to contribute to this question.
Somebody call for the queen.
I'm going to be bouncing around to another section, and I told you guys that I was going to go ahead and continue on in this relationship section, but like I said, some of these questions are more like our individuals' personal, what they feel that probably wouldn't be something that we could really build on. So I'm going into this section today, faith, and the question that I want to talk about today would definitely be, what role do you think religious spiritual beliefs play in a relationship? So the role I believe that they play in nowadays is probably more so for my age group and older. I think the young ones, are starting to care less about religion. Now they're still probably spiritual, but it probably doesn't hit them as much to connect with somebody else and have to be on the same plane level, or you know what I'm saying, like they probably can like still connect without it being a spiritual or religious background connection. I think that before my time, and then of course, a little bit as I gotten older, I think that I still find myself wanting to connect with somebody like that. Like I feel like that still needs to be the foundation. Now, don't get me wrong, with me growing up in the Nation of Islam when I was younger, not being my foundation background, it's hard for me taking some of those beliefs into nowadays and finding somebody that I could really match up and connect with, because a lot of guys that I meet with grew up as a Christian, or they still carry some of those religious beliefs along with them. So it's kind of hard to really pinpoint for minds having that with somebody and it really hurting or helping the relationship, because usually when I would have that conversation with a guy about different things that make me who I am, at first this kind of throws them off and it's something that they are kind of apprehensive about, but I think as time goes on and the more time we get to really get to know each other, it kind of gets pushed to the side, brushed under the rug. Now, I always wish that I would find somebody that's on the same, thought process as me when it comes to some of the things that I do hold as my morals and everything, principles. But in different areas, they have morals and principles that, keep me interest, piques my interest or whatnot. So, I don't know. That's a tough question, just for the simple fact that I used to always think that as we got older, we needed to have that to just be something that keep that bond, get you real connected and to keep things afloat. But just now seeing more and more relationships, I don't know if them not having that is why a lot of relationships are declining and not staying connected, or if it's something that's still needed nowadays or not. But I know with me, I've never, been to church. My grandma's wanted me to go often with her and everything. And so, some of my relationships that I've had, the guys used to go to church, taking their mom to church. Now he wants to take their woman to church. And in the future, hope to have a wife and kids taken to church. And, maybe I bump heads with guys about that conversation. But it always, like I said, ends up being something that they just go ahead and overlook because of the qualities that they see in me. And it's funny because, one can't knock what I come from, but then me, because like I said, those are the principles and things that made me who I am today. But you can't help but be used to what you was raised in and then think that what you was taught was right. So even now with me, sometimes I find myself still wanting to look into other things, because just because it's my foundation and it's what I always known, don't mean that that's just all I should know. So in a relationship, people keeping God first does seem to help some of the relationships that I do see that do stay. Just knowing that no matter what they go through, they're gonna make it. I had an ex that we used to talk, and it was around that time when that prayer closet movie came out, or movie that talked about having a closet that you pray in, and we used to think, we was going to be doing that, and that's what I was more into, like, doing prayers each day and everything. So I don't think that it hurts to have that part of your relationship, but I'm not saying that's a definite thing that has to be a must. But I think that's for two people to come together and really establish, because a lot of the things that we're taught as religion is basically the same, but the gods are, having different labels or different names to them. So I just think that as long as you can meet with somebody and have like the same similar principles and morals of what you're taking or extracting from the religion that you grew up in, then you should be able to, talk with that person and things, go in a smoother way. Everybody always thinks that, you gotta be in a mosque, you gotta be in a church, temple, and everything. But if you have a relationship with God yourself, then you don't even need those worship places to really feel complete and feel whole. So I just feel like when I talk with somebody, sometimes we have that same similarity that we don't believe in religion as much, and we're more, feel like we're spiritual beings, being positive and keeping certain principles and morals about ourselves, keeping ourselves grounded. So that's what I would say to take from anybody that is just confused on what they want to do when they're meeting somebody that has a certain background. Like, you don't have to convert if you don't want to, but you definitely should make sure that you're learning yourself so you do know something. Even past a relationship is definitely about, and I find fault in myself sometimes that I don't keep myself always reading more and more about certain things, because we got to teach our baby something. Like, we're their first teachers and everything, so we need to know something ourselves so that we can pass it on, not just between mate and mate, which is a beautiful thing, but to your babies too, because they're the next generation, and you want the future to hold minds that have a lot to contribute to the world. They don't necessarily have to be in like different religions or books and stuff that might be a little bit outdated to where we're headed or what we have currently. So let me go back to that question, because I hope I didn't speak too soon without really getting the gist of that question. So I said, what role do you think religious/spiritual beliefs play in a relationship? Okay. So yeah, I think I answered it. I think that they do play a role if you come together with somebody that does have the background. But, you just want to make sure that no matter if y'all have similar backgrounds of it or if it's, opposite, that y'all can come to a middle ground and know that, how y'all believe should have some kind of connection to it, being the same. And if you're like me, let's just say hypothetically, I would have carried on my foundation to it now, I would definitely have a lot of hard times with it, because, majority of the times I meet guys, they don't have the same background as me. So like when I say I don't eat pork, when I say I don't celebrate different holidays, when I say I believe this, believe that, and the third, it's the opposite of them. They do eat pork, or some people are getting better at that, trying to eat healthier, but they do celebrate certain holidays, which no disrespect to it or nothing, because I'm very family oriented. So with that being said, there's certain holidays that me and my family would still go over to a family member that does celebrate, just to be with the family and eat and stuff. So just because we didn't do it in our own house, I don't mean that we didn't want to be amongst everybody and be outcasted that kind of way. But I think like the more rooted you are in your religion, the more that you got to take a stance and just be speaking out off of your mind, and how express to that person how you truly feel about what you do believe, So it does play in a role in relationships, but I think that nowadays, the generations are not putting so much emphasis on religious beliefs and everything. So as long as you got good morals and principles, I think you definitely can carry out and have a beautiful relationship with somebody. without just having to, always think that you just gotta be bumping heads on what y'all believe, because, that's what it's all about in the beginning anyways, just talking and getting to know the person, and then just seeing, like I said, going back to my last video just about that person's character, and hopefully their background, and if they still do carry it out and walk what they say coming out their mouth, walk their truth, then you should be able to see that in their character, that what they're saying they strongly believe. So there's some, that's why I say that for me, like, I can't like ever say that I'm a Muslim now, or just because I extracted some of the best parts for me that I want to carry on. I don't cover myself, all the way. I don't like wear a headpiece. I get my relaxers. Certain things that is not supposed to be done, I do. But then, I do go ahead and just, still want to learn how to sew more, cook, clean, carry myself, a certain way at home and abroad. So there is some things that positive that I took away from it. And there's some things that, I just want to teach my babies to keep them, grounded in knowing that things are real. Look at everything in a more realistic way, because some other religions, sometimes has a lot of fables or fairy tales or different things, and it's hard for people to really separate what's real, what's realistic, to what some of the fake that comes with it, of different things that were just meant to be stories and not meant to be taken literal. So not to throw no shots at any religion or anything, but it's kind of like the more I got older, the more I realized just what it was, and how I didn't want to have much to do as much with religion, because that was just a way I feel like putting so many different ones to separate us even more as a people. So I just want to take the good morals and principles that I learned, and hopefully the mate you have does the same with theirs, even if they are strongly involved in theirs, or minister or pastor or whatever. You just got to be able to come to terms with yourself if that's what's going to work for you, with them being so strongly in their religion. So you just got to think for yourself, like, do you want to be a part of being involved with somebody that is so rooted in their religion, or do you just want to be able to take, like, we both believe in God, so that's good, and we just want to continue on just trying to carry out our lifestyle in a more righteous and positive way, and go from there. So I hope I answered the question good enough for everybody. If not, feel free to comment below, and definitely give me your feedback, so that you never know, there might be a part 2, because just because I don't say everything in this video don't mean that I can contribute and go back off of what somebody might say in the comments. So I want you guys to take care, have a good day. Till next time, you are with Sweet Mahogany, Janae, and I will catch my family all next time. Peace.